Pinterest isn't just another social media platform. It's actually a search marketing platform, just like Google and YouTube, where your pins act both as your content and also visibility for your business. If you want your pins to stand out, drive traffic, and ultimately convert viewers into customers, nailing the design and content is essential. Here's a deep dive into the must-have elements for a successful Pinterest pin. First and foremost, high quality images. Bright, clear, and compelling. Your pin's image is the first thing that users see, so it needs to make an instant impact. Use your high resolution images that are bright and clear to draw attention. You can do this with your cell phone, because it can make some beautiful images, or your custom gallery from a professional photographer, or you can use a stock photo plan. And then last on that list is free stock photos. Everyone uses free stock photos, and unfortunately, those tend to not do as well on Pinterest, probably because everyone has seen that picture somewhere else. And because Pinterest favors vertical images, you want to make sure that the image is a 2:3 aspect ratio, or the graphic. So if you have a graphic and you have text on the top and your image in the middle, then you can have any size image that you want, but you're going to need to create that graphic. Now, a 2:3 aspect ratio is about 1,000 by 1,500 pixels. And fortunately, Canva will produce that for you if you ask for a Canva pin. And the reason why the 1,000 by 1,500 pixels is so important is because it takes up a large amount of space on the feed or in a search. So square images don't take up as much of the window as a long image. That's why you want to use that size, because it does stand out better in the feed or search. Relevance is key. Ensure the image directly relates to the content that you're promoting. For instance, if you're sharing a recipe, feature a close-up of the finished dish that looks mouth-wateringly delicious. Or if you're a wedding photographer, show that image of the couple getting married or of the couple in general, because that is recognized by Pinterest as a wedding photo. If you're promoting a blog post, consider using a relevant, eye-catching visual that aligns with the blog's theme. So for me, I use a lot of images of a laptop or a cell phone where Pinterest is on, because Pinterest will recognize that it's sort of a desktop or a working type of photo. Use of negative space. Don't overcrowd your image. Negative space, the empty areas around the focus of the image, can be used just as powerfully as elements in your image, and it helps text overlays stand out and makes the overall design more appealing. I have a secret for you. My favorite stock imaging company, Elevate Visuals, I've got a link down below that you can use to get some kind of a discount to be able to sign up for them. They're amazing, and they're feminine, and they're gorgeous. Compelling text overlay. Readable and eye-catching text overlay is crucial for communicating what your pin is about at a glance, like in 2.5 seconds. Use bold, easy to read fonts for your main keywords and titles. Pinterest users tend to skim, so your text needs to grab their attention immediately. Cursive fonts can be gorgeous, but should only be used sparingly and only for non-essential words, which are not keywords. If the whole point of your story is Pinterest marketing, you don't want Pinterest or marketing to be in cursive. You can have of, the, and all of those types of things can be cursive, but you don't want to use keywords that are cursive. Keyword rich. Incorporate relevant SEO keywords in your text overlay. These keywords help your pin show up in search results. Think about the terms your ideal client would search for and use them in your text. Use AI. Use ChatGPT or Google Gemini, both have free options, and ask this question. Please create 5 SEO optimized Pinterest pin titles and descriptions, 475 to 500 characters with no hashtags and plain language using keywords people would search for on Pinterest, and deliver them in a table format without quotes. That is the exact thing I use for all of my clients and all of my Pinterest work that really helps to create the best pin titles and descriptions. This way you use 5 different Pinterest pin titles and 5 different descriptions when you're pinning. Contrast matters. Ensure that there's a strong contrast between your text and the background image. This makes your text stand out and easier to read. If needed, use a solid color background or a semi-transparent overlay behind the text to increase the visibility and the ease of recognizing the words that you want people to see. Strong call to actions or CTAs. Always include a call to action or CTA on every single pin. Every pin should have a very clear and compelling call to action, whether it's learn more, shop now, download, free download, read now, or get the recipe. Your CTA should guide users on what to do next. This increases engagement and directs traffic to your desired destination. I have used both call to actions and not over the years. The ones that have call to actions always do better and always have better engagement. Placement and visibility. Place your call to action in a prominent position where it's easily visible without overwhelming the design. The top, the bottom, the center of your pin is often a good spot. Incentivize action. Give users a reason to click, whether it's assessing a special offer, downloading a free resource, or discovering an exclusive tip. Make sure your call to action clearly communicates the benefit of taking action. And below, I have a link for a free download, 80 calls to action, and you can get that below. Branded elements. Include your website URL on every single pin. Include your website URL. Your website URL should be visible but not intrusive. Placing it at the bottom or the very top or the corner of a pin reinforces brand recognition and helps protect your content from being shared without credit. If for some reason that link gets separated from the pin, people know they can find you. Do not use HTTP or www. Those are completely unnecessary. Just use thepinterestqueen.com/resources. Consistent branding. Consistency is key to building your brand recognition. Use the same colors, fonts, and design elements across all your pins. This cohesive style makes your pins instantly recognizable in a user's feed, even before they notice your URL. One caveat that I will say, as an example, if you're a wedding photographer and your colors are pastels, like most wedding photographers, try making one of those pins a totally different color, like black or hot pink. And the reason for that is if someone's searching for a wedding photographer or wedding whatever it is, and they look at the feed, you'd be surprised how many times those black pins actually get the most engagement. If you're an artist or somebody that wants to protect your information, using a watermark or a logo might be helpful. Consider adding a small logo or watermark to further protect your content. This should be subtle so it does not distract from the main message, but still serves to reinforce your brand identity. Engaging pin title. Keyword optimized. Your pin title should include relevant keywords that potential clients are likely to be searching for. The title should clearly communicate the value or benefits users will gain by clicking. For example, 5 easy steps to create Pinterest-worthy images is more compelling than just Pinterest tips. Action-oriented. Use action verbs to make your title more engaging. Words like discover or learn or try or boost encourage users to take action. Keep it short and sweet. Pinterest truncates long titles, not the text overlay of the pin, but actually a title of the pin. Pinterest truncates those titles to keep it concise. So aim for around 40 to 60 characters and ensure that most important information comes first in that title, especially keywords. Detailed pin description, SEO friendly. Pinterest uses your pin description, your title, your text overlay, and the image name to understand the content of your pin and surface it to relevant searches. Use the space naturally, incorporate keywords that your target audience is searching for. Avoid keyword stuffing like Pinterest management, Pinterest marketing, Pinterest tips. That is keyword stuffing and that looks horrible. So make your paragraph legible, like human readable, which is why I love to use AI for that. Clear call to actions. End your description with a strong call to action to guide users on what to do next. Phrases like click to learn more, save this for later, or get the full tutorial now encourage engagement and drive traffic. Provide value. Your description should clearly convey what the user will gain by clicking and going to that content, blog, whatever it is. So whether it's a step-by-step guide or a valuable tip or an exclusive offer, make sure the value proposition is front and center. Clickable link, direct to valuable content. The link you attach to your pin should lead directly to the content that you're promoting. Do not use your homepage as a link for all your pins. So many people make this mistake and it tends to look really spammy to Pinterest, and you will tend to not get as much reach. Every piece of content should have its own URL. So link directly to a blog or link directly to what you're selling. Whether it's a blog post, a product page, or a lead magnet, avoid linking to your homepage unless it's directly relevant to the pin, which it's almost never. Use trackable URLs. To measure the effectiveness of your pins, use UTM codes or other tracking parameters. This allows you to monitor how much traffic and conversions each pin generates, helping you refine your strategy over time. Avoid dead links. Regularly check your pins to ensure that all links are still active and lead to the correct destination. If you change the URL of your blog or your masterclass, that's going to lead to a broken link and that will really start to tank your analytics. If you're going to have a wait list and then you also are going to have a sales page, I recommend making them both the same. So create a wait list page and then turn that actual page, that URL, into the sales page. So when you go to name your URLs, think about what they're going to be forever versus making it jenvasquez.com/waitlist. You want it to be jenvasquez.com/ whatever that sales page name is. And you can start off as a waitlist and then it turns into the sales page. Because broken and outdated links can really frustrate users. And when they click on it and it goes nowhere or there's an error and they go right back to Pinterest, Pinterest can see that and will start to assume that your content is not helpful. By incorporating these elements into every single pin, you will create a powerful, cohesive Pinterest strategy that not only attracts attention, but also drives meaningful engagement and traffic to your website. Have a great day.